several weeks at the Business Committee, and the fact that the government deceitfully hid this pact until after the local European election. And now we're debating a red herring here because it's already adopted in Europe, we're told. You changed the wording of it. And we need ample time to discuss this. Indeed, you promised us, so did Taoiseach Micheál Martin, so did the Minister for Justice, that we would have ample time to debate this here in the floor of the Dáil. A pact that took 10 years in gestation in Europe. And we're going to dispense with a guillotine here after maybe 6.5 hours now. I think it's outrageous. We, on behalf of the rural independents, we're fundamentally opposed to it. We've been trying to get debates on this issue for almost 18 months here now, and the only party that group that are, and continue to do so, and think that this will be rushed now after, as I said, being hidden away from the people until after the election. You did the same with the referendum. You didn't divulge the Attorney General's advice. And we want to see the Attorney General's advice regarding to many issues, many aspects of this piece, of this pact. So we're fundamentally opposed to it.
Taoiseach.
Thanks very much. So firstly, in relation to Deputy Batchick's point, I mean, look, I'm very conscious, and again, I'm not sure this comes across always in our domestic debates here in relation to the European positions, but there's 4 posts being considered currently in Europe. The European Parliament President, the President of the Council, the President of the Commission, and the High Representative for Foreign Affairs. And the different political groupings at a European level are involved in that, including your own group, the S&D. And I would just, based on the conversations that I've had yesterday, my understanding is the S&D are very actively involved in these discussions, and I've yet to see any sort of red flag or opposition be raised by the S&D to President von der Leyen at a European level. The European Council will meet again next Thursday and Friday, I think, where I hope the Council will be in a position to make a decision on a name to go to the Parliament, and then it will be up to each MEP, including our Irish MEPs, in a secret ballot, I believe, to vote yea or nay on whichever name gets sent there. I'm not sure in all truth whether the House will be able to facilitate a debate in advance of that. I have an openness to that and no difficulty with that. In relation to the issue of the Migration Pact, the EU Migration Pact, so look, I think there's some sensible suggestions here from Deputy Naughton, from others. I don't disagree with what Deputy McLaughlin said. There's no deceitfulness here going on. We did say we'd provide ample time on this. I think there's 8.5 hours scheduled tomorrow, from my recollection. And what we're clearly saying today in the Dáil, that if time is running out tomorrow on the EU migration debate, and if there are still people who've indicated that they wish to speak, the whip will come back into the House and do a new business proposal on the floor to extend the time. So everyone who wants to speak, every member of Dáil Éireann who wishes to speak on the pact will have the time to speak on the pact. So let's clarify that. Anyone who wants to speak will have time to speak on the pact. And I think that is the definition of ample time, that everybody will have an opportunity. On the issue of statutory home care, for that reason, I think it's unlikely there'd be an ability to have a debate on home care and the statutory home care scheme this week, but I am happy that we would facilitate a debate on that. It won't be this week because of the time we're passing over, but I am happy for that to be pursued. It's an update I can give you here on a lot of the good work that is going on, including the legislative piece recently receiving cabinet approval. But let's schedule that debate for as soon as possible. And similarly on the Women's Aid report, no difficulty from our perspective on having a debate on the work of Cuan, the Women's Aid report, and our zero tolerance strategy. Again, just the timing will need to be agreed by the Business Committee.
Thank you, Taoiseach.